Hello everyone, welcome to Always Open. I'm your host, Barbara Dunkelman, and today on the show we're going to be talking about your first time at the gynecologist, being ghosted, and how to get over a breakup. And today on the show, I have three lovely ladies. First off.
Hi, I'm Mika Burton.
Sam Ireland.
Sam Ireland, everyone, and it's me.
And the also lovely
Yeah?
Mariel Salcedo.
Very
Less
lovely.
lovely.
I love that you have to introduce her.
Yeah.
Like she just said, it's me, and you're like, I'm gonna give you your name for
I'll
you.
help you. So if you're not familiar, Sam, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and how people may know you?
Tell us about yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm an actress in the area, and I'm on Ruby.
What are you?
Who do you play on, Ruby?
Nora.
Nora.
Yeah, I play Nora, and then on the Flower Scouts on Camp as
yes.
well.
My
you play
favorite.
all of them.
My favorite, all three of them.
I love it.
My spirit animals.
And also Red vs. Blue. You do.
I was on Red vs. Blue. I'm CT.
Yeah.
And I'll do some shorts every so often, but yeah, I'm an actor in the area, trying to be a filmmaker. Trying is the operative word there.
I would
and,
also say you're the number one Always Open fan.
I am. I'm usually working in my garage on furniture, which sounds so weird. I'm like staining furniture. I've been trying to do that. Like, you know how like moms go through phases of like, I'm gonna be really crafty. And I was like, I'm gonna woodwork.
I love that.
No, I haven't knitted yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not there.
Well, like, let us know what you do.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm like, wait, tell me more about this woodwork.
Well,
Build a boat?
How typical. The lesbian wants to know about woodworking.
Yeah, the wood. Give me all about the wood.
Well, welcome to the show.
thank you for having me. I'm so
And
excited.
as your reward, aka punishment, we're
yeah.
gonna do probably the hardest shot we've ever done on the show.
I don't know why I picked this one. I'm so sorry.
I think it's because of my name. I think you like Ireland and you went
Subconsciously.
yeah,
I
I
know.
know.
They like
That's
to
what it
drink
was.
there.
Blame her.
So this is the Irish Catholic shot, and it's submitted by Ben P, and it consists of Jameson and amaretto. And Mika, I think, smelled it or like just.
So I
Give
dipped
it
my
a little
pinky in it,
taste.
and then I licked it, and I was like, oh.
And now we do it. Cheers! Shout out to you, Ben P. Thank you very much.
Lord.
Cheers, ladies.
This is terrifying. This is
Rest in peace.
Oh, that was fine.
That's
That did
fine.
No, it tastes horrible.
Oh,
like,
no,
there
that
wasn't a
tastes
lot of
fine.
alcohol,
Tastes like-
it just tastes horrible. I'm sorry I don't like to drink
that was
Dimetapp,
good.
everybody.
Everyone, Sam
Robitussin,
Ireland
yeah.
followed it up with a half shot of vodka. All right.
It's definitely not
Sure
Sprite.
is. It's not
Yeah,
Sprite.
it's super bubbly vodka. Have you never seen bubbly vodka before?
I love bubbly
I love how
vodka.
we gave it to you in a shot glass, though. Here's your little chaser.
There you go.
The aftershock of that shot was extreme.
Oh, I know. I'm perfectly fine. That's very
Oh,
surprising.
the actual shot itself was good, but then like the wave went through my body of the alcohol, and I just
See,
went.
I didn't taste any of the alcohol. I just tasted straight up cough medicine.
I feel it in my stomach.
yeah, I
now.
think that's why I liked it.
Yeah, I feel it like in my stomach. There's the thing about, I don't like drinking unless it's here. Like, if I were to try and take that shot out at a bar, I would throw up immediately.
that makes
There's
sense.
something about you guys that.
Aww.
I was gonna say maybe it's because it's like midday during.
Yeah, that could also be
You
it.
haven't been out drinking and
Maybe.
doing other stuff
Although
already.
I went to a shot bar on 6th, and I thought, okay, I can never do shots other than always open. I had a fun time. I had a lot of weird shots.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But shots are kind of fun. I think you also get drunker quicker.
You do.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it is about it. How does it work?
It's probably like, I mean, it's just like a, all right. It's like a concentrated. It's like
Yeah.
more like, you're not.
It also,
Attention
I think,
science side of Rooster Teeth.
it's like when you chug something, it gets into your system really fast and has like. When I usually sip on my drinks when I go out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
very
me
slow.
too.
Also, usually they're mixed with something. This is just like alcohol on alcohol, and you're shooting it back.
Drinks on, drinks on, drinks on.
Remember the epidemic where people used to like put the alcohol into their eye?
What?
What?
PSA.
Don't try this at home. But I remember there was like, it was back when I think I was still in high school, because I was like, that's stupid. But people would like take eyedroppers and put vodka into their eye because it would like get them drunk quick. They would also dip vodka in tampons and shove it up their ass.
I've heard about that.
with that? Why
could
do
kill
people-
you.
That
Don't
could kill
do
you.
this.
Like, don't do that like that.
Like seriously, don't. Like people died from putting vodka in their eye, but they're like, I got drunk fast. I'm like, go to a bar,
Yeah.
take shots. do something else with your life.
Literally,
Don't put vodka in your eye.
it is not worth it to save $10 or like however much money you're spending on
you know what?
a bottle of wine.
Go to the local CVS, get a cheap handle of vodka, and drink that.
Local
What CVS are you going to then?
Vodka. Right, that's only in Los Angeles. CVS's sell vodka. This is Texas.
true.
That doesn't happen. All right, you know what? Moral of the story, just don't put vodka in your eye.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Or
You're
anywhere
welcome.
other than your mouth.
Yeah.
Just drink it.
Yeah.
Thank
Drink
you.
it like a normal human being. Just do that.
Well, there's a story about a guy who took shots in his ass. Like his wife helped him take a shot in his ass, and he died.
Hey, honey.
Literally,
What are you doing tonight?
it can't process.
She
It goes
knows.
directly into your bloodstream. and
She
you-
knows She knew exactly
Yeah,
what she was
oh,
doing.
yeah.
But
She
I'm
murdered
so
him.
confused as to
Yeah.
how that conversation went. Like, honey, I'd like to try something new tonight. She's
try
like,
butt
oh, do you
stuff.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, like anal? And he's like, kind of.
I flipped the switch.
And then he just like pulls out a shot glass and a bottle of Svedka and is like, are you ready to get freaky? Like, I don't get it.
And then he's like, shot, 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 shot.
And then
Because
he
I mean, the
died.
asshole is so tight, right?
I also
You have
wonder
to, like-
if she was like,
I'm assuming it's really tight, but
But like, that's my question. Did he like stand on his head and she dumped it? Or
they probably used a funnel. That's just my guess.
Oh,
Like a
there
nice
you
syringe,
go.
like a turkey baster.
Yes, or a turkey.
the questions must be answered at some point.
And here to answer them, Sally LePage.
I also wonder, like, was she convicted with murder?
Sally LePage, yeah, she's
No, not the wife, because she essentially killed her
involuntary
husband,
manslaughter.
even though he's like, help me take a shot in my asshole.
Or it could have been like assistant to a suicide.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. Or
It depend-
I mean,
yeah, depends on where
her
it
motive,
went.
depends on her intent.
I feel like
I've
we
been
need to
listening
have
a lot
an
of
always
crime podcasts
open
lately.
Where Are They Now segment of like all the crazy stories we've told and been like, I wonder what happened to them. We just have a rundown of what's going on.
We should, at the end of the season, maybe we'll do that.
Yeah,
Everyone
Where Are
can
They
discuss.
Now?
Catch up with people.
Well, we're going to start things off today with a Never Have I Ever game.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we're doing 5.
Five.
Oh, okay.
I'll start things off. I think I'm going to get y'all on this one. All right. Never have I ever done a keg stand.
I've never done a keg stand.
I have. Yeah.
When was it?
In college, and
I
there
was
were
hoping you'd be like last week.
It was like 2 weeks ago. No, it was in college, freshman year.
Yeah.
I did
Oh,
way too
goodness.
many.
I never did this. I mean, I
Me
did
neither.
like beer bongs, and then I got like strep after that.
Oh, lovely.
That's
I was talking to someone about cake stands recently, and they're like, "Why have you never done a cake stand?" I was like, "Well, I always thought like I'm really tall. I'm like a bigger person." And they're like fucking football players do cake stands,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Make
Well,
a
don't
good
worry,
point."
babe.
You're doing a
point,
solid
yeah.
I'm
point.
gonna take you to college.
Yeah, you
we're
have
gonna do
an
this.
Guys, field
experienced
trip to
college,
campus.
right?
Not
Yeah.
like typical college.
We're gonna
Urban
take you to
and suburban.
college. I'm gonna do it. We're doing it.
So many people want to see
We're
Barb
doing it.
joins a sorority.
We're doing it.
Oh my God.
I would love to see that.
That's a promise.
I'm doing it. Okay.
All right. Never have I ever joined the Mile High Club.
Never done that.
No.
Oh, all right.
Never have I ever been to a strip club.
Oh, really?
Really?
I've never been to a strip club. My
Artsy
next
life.
one's gonna be very, very.
I know where we're taking
shocking.
Sam.
Yeah.
Barb goes to college. Sam goes to strip club.
Me fuck someone on a plane. What?
We all fuck each other on a plane. Yes, let's join it.
We all do it together.
This will get you guys. I've never have I ever been a voice actress.
Come on.
Shit. Let's change that. You're gonna play Yang next week. Fuck. Never have I ever had a baby.
Just kidding. I have no kids.
Never have
right.
I ever. Never have I ever injured myself during sex.
What kind of injury are we talking about?
Yeah, like I have to go to the doctor.
No,
injury
just
or-
like hurt myself. Like there's been an incident where like I've gotten what?
I got a nosebleed. Really bad nosebleed. It was not fun.
Imagining you like an anime character, like Laura comes out naked and you're just
Oh my god! First of all, no, this was in like high school. It was not any time recently, and it wasn't actually. I guess I don't know if it counts because it wasn't actually like.
Did you like
I
drip
didn't
on
get
them?
allergies
I didn't get
or
hit. No,
something?
it was. I just had really like a dry nose all the time, fountain
Oh,
of blood, and yeah.
that's
Yeah.
horrible.
I guess that
I've
counts.
gotten
Why not?
like punched in the nose before and not on
really?
purpose.
but like
Just
accident.
getting
yeah.
flipped around and limbs
Oh.
are flying everywhere and I
You're like a little puppet,
of
like
these
a little,
things.
Yeah.
little doll.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that
I
was
have.
mine.
Okay. Mine's
Wait, how do I only have 2 left?
Cause you're a
What have we done so far?
Yeah?
Because I'm a what?
Yeah.
What, bitch, say it. I'll fucking fight you right now. I'm gonna fuck. Roll the cameras.
Catch me outside. How about
of like a PG insult and I couldn't do it.
Wait, okay, no, but really, what have we done so far?
You got hurt during sex.
Yes.
Strip club.
Strip club.
That's
And
Broken up. No, what did you
no,
say?
I changed mine to hurt during sex. What was?
Had a baby.
I think I put that one down to be funny, and then I just never.
I have
put it
2
back
left too. Whatever.
that.
We'll
Or
review the
whatever.
tapes later.
We'll check the tape.
up. I'm already drunk.
Why are you glaring at me?
Okay, this one. Never have I ever watched porn.
Whoa! We're changing that. All right. Roll the tape. Wait, what?
Like if it's in a movie or something, like in 40-Year-Old Virgin
that's
or
not-
something.
No,
but,
no,
like,
so you never
but
like
I-
gone to RedTube or something and straight up watched porn.
All right,
No.
pull it up.
Come on, guys.
This is my favorite one. This is the URL: pornhub.com/
So, why?
I don't know. I've never.
Just you have a good enough imagination or memory bank.
I think that actually might be it.
Okay.
It doesn't. I don't know. I have a really good imagination, and I have fantasies, and I feel like they're enough. And also, like whoever my partner has been has like, well, I can't say that. They haven't always been fulfilling partners, but you know, like I mean, I've been with my husband for like 8 years,
Oh, wow.
and he's like everything I need.
He's
and
quite the
and
lover, I'm
he is-
guessing.
Yeah, I mean, we made a baby. Come on.
How did that happen?
Well,
See, Barbara.
There's a stork.
yes.
that the name of
and
his
it
dick?
drops it into your belly and through your belly button. And
Plants
no,
the seed.
I haven't ever watched it, and I don't know why I haven't. And it doesn't bother me that people have.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it's just like I just never
Interesting.
I get that.
looked
I
it
get
up.
that.
I don't know
Especially,
why.
I feel like with porn, you need to start from a bit of a younger age to
And
get into it.
when I was young, I had sex really young, and sorry, Mom, but I did.
Don't listen to this, Mama Ireland.
But
We're always talking about like 6, 7.
Okay, Barbara.
Leave. Like, no, I didn't know myself. I didn't know my body. I didn't know how. I don't even think I had an orgasm until I was like 20.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I just didn't know myself. And I was more focused on like, oh, I like this person and my friends are having sex. And but I didn't know what the hell I was doing forever. And I think porn is kind of at a younger age. You're curious,
Yeah.
you want to know. And for me, it was just, was doing sex because I like felt, no one pressured me to do it, but I felt like
Societal
society
pressure.
was.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when at that point, when I'm like 20 and I'm like, oh, I've had an orgasm, finally. Like, I don't know, I've never watched it. I've never been curious and.
Well, if you ever want to start with a good porn
some
star,
suggestions.
James Dean is my favorite porn star.
Yeah,
Just
I've
so you
heard
know.
bad things about that.
Okay,
man.
so that man has some like personal issues, but like his dick's great.
Oh.
But like,
Okay.
are we like looking past that?
Are we
Like,
looking
come
past-
I mean,
like,
we can't always
personality-wise.
look past that.
I look for a good butt.
He also has a great butt.
Oh no, in women.
Barbara's in the booty.
I like a good, like a nice squishy one.
Yeah,
I feel like I don't care about those things. I don't know what I care about, but I know it's not that.
We know what we don't care about. We talked about this before the show.
really?
Long nipples.
Oh my God, long nipples!
we don't
Long
care
nipples.
About, we don't
What?
care for like 3
I was
inches.
saying, we were talking about boobs and how, like, if you ever seen a pair of boobs that turns you off, and I was like, yeah, I need boobs that have, like, super long nipples.
And
to
I
the
was
point where,
like-
like, if you flick it, it would probably go like this for a couple of seconds.
And I was like, I've never seen nipples that long. And Barb's like, let me show you. And she
to
goes
whip
to
it
this
out.
like
Be a Tumblr.
this Tumblr site.
It's on your Pinterest board.
And it's just, she has a Pinterest board just specifically for long nipples. But like, she wasn't kidding. They're like long nipples.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
they
impressive.
Like a swordfish.
And I mean, all bodies are beautiful. Every body type, no matter what you look
We
like.
love your
I'm just
long
saying,
nipples.
My
Personal beliefs.
personal attraction.
How about this? We don't love them. We respect your long nipples.
I
There we go,
respect your long
respect them.
nipples,
We don't love
everybody.
them.
Think about how many nipple piercings you could get in them.
You can get like 2 barbells in one
in there.
nipple.
a little caterpillar. Make a little, you make it walk.
I'm down to one finger.
Yeah, I'm down to 2.
Yeah,
had
I'm down to
3
1
or 2,
too.
so. I knew I'd get that. I was like, that's the one thing I've got.
I could end this now.
I could get you out too.
I could end this right now. Well, it's me. It's me, girl.
Oh shit.
Ah, fuck.
Merle, end it.
Never have I ever had a penis in my mouth.
And Barb is the loser.
Where's my trophy?
Here you go.
You're welcome.
Available in the RT store now.
It's true. It's true. Along with T-shirts as well. I saw so many Always Open T-shirts at RTX Sydney.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, I was
That's
just like,
awesome.
so nice. It looks so good on everyone. I know.
Good shirt.
Well, speaking of clothing, me and Mariel are wearing some beautiful, fashionable items.
are.
Stick your leg up. You gotta stick your leg
Yeah,
up.
show
There
it
you
off.
go.
My jeans. These are
love
from
those.
Distilled, one of our sponsors. Great jeans don't have to be complicated. If you're not into crazy stitching, diamonds, or embedded studs, you're not alone. Distilled offers luxury-grade denim at an affordable price. Jeans that would normally cost you hundreds, Distilled has started at just $75. They utilize the same fabrics, factories, and wash houses as the best-known brands and designers, while skipping the markups and the middlemen. So many of our sponsors skip the middlemen.
They do.
That's how you do it. The result? Pure, unadulterated denim without the retail runaround. Just go to dstld.com and see where minimalist design meets maximum comfort. They guarantee the fit, they'll ship them to you for free, and give you free returns until you find the perfect pair. Distilled has been featured in Forbes, Time, and TechCrunch, as well as on denim-clad celebrities in GQ and Vogue. Distilled is the only place in the US you could get this quality of denim for this price point. You could find their amazing selection of outerwear, leather jackets, t-shirts, and more using the same principles of high-grade quality materials at low-end costs. I could totally talk today. I've got a pair of the skinny jeans that are ripped in the knee, and I love them. And Mariel also has
Dude, this is my favorite jacket I've ever had.
denim
And the
jacket,
shirt.
nice shirt,
Both of these.
so soft. And the fit is perfect for both of us. I think we look great.
I think we look great.
Just go to distilled.com/alwaysopen right now and get 10% off your first pair. That's dstld.com/alwaysopen for 10% off right now. 5 letters, dstld.com/alwaysopen. Thank you, Distilled. I love these pants.
Dude,
They're so cute.
listen, like this, their whole website is all, or I mean, I guess everything that they have is just like, it's very neutral and it's very like,
Very, like,
what is that?
good, not basics, but
Like minimalist chic.
Yeah, and that's like what I feel like I want my style to be. It's just like, oh, I can
Your
put on
aesthetic?
this shirt. Yeah,
I think you're there.
Exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
That's what
I
I got.
like.
I got you.
It's just like I like the neutrals. I like being like, oh, I can wear this with that, and we're good.
I'm
Like,
similar to. I like being able to mix and match
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
not anything like too vibrant or
Yeah.
anything. I really like. That's what I've kind of started liking
Yeah.
a lot more.
well, then I
lately.
have the store for you.
Apparently.
stld.com. All right, guys, let's move on to my first time. This question comes from Amanda F. And Amanda wants to know your first time going to the gynecologist.
So it was very recently because I'm
You're a baby.
small. I'm a small.
You're an actual infant.
SMOL.
SMOL. So I mean, it's like I knew what a gynecologist was. Like especially because my physician did a lot of the gynecology stuff, so I didn't need like a specialist. But then they were like, okay, you're sexually active, you're an adult,
Yeah.
you need a PAP, and I was like, I don't wanna. I think the only thing that I wasn't expecting was that it hurts after.
For people who don't know, what is PEP?
A PAP is where they shove. So there's this thing.
That's
So
what they
there's
do.
this thing.
And then
What's
they
it called? It's like a
They just get their whole face in there.
It's like a speck something. Oh God. Oh my Lord. Good
fuck.
gracious.
That's what they do.
Pretty much they need to scrape your lady insides.
They don't scrape it, but they use like Q-tips.
They
use
get
gently-
stuff off of your inside.
of
to
your
test.
uterine walls to
Yes.
test like cells for cancer and such. But they
And
need
STDs,
to
all kinds of
yeah,
other
all kinds of stuff. But they also
infections,
have to keep you open, always open, if you will, with a little like a
little ductlets.
spreader, like a little spreader. And
It's a clamp. It's a clamp that goes in, and then they go,
Yep.
and it opens.
Like
yeah.
like a fucking like you're pumping a tire. You know?
Yeah,
you're trying
like
to
a
get,
jack, like a car jack, but for your vagina. And
a cargil.
a cargil, if you will. And I think it's just, I remember my mom telling me, like, you're going to feel crampy, like period crampy for a little
Yeah.
bit afterwards. And I don't know, it's just, my gynecologist is a lady. I know my mom's, I think, was a dude. Like, they're dude gynos, but it's just like, there's someone who you don't know shoving things inside of your vagina. That's what a gynecologist is.
Which happens to some people.
Yeah.
Yes, which happens to people on the regular.
They're into it.
And like pelvic exams are a thing, and it's just like fingers shoved.
And also they check breast too.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
They kind of and they do the thing where they put their fingers inside you and then push on your like
Your
pubic
blade.
Yeah.
your cervix.
I was gonna call it a terrible
uterus.
name that people
No,
call
please
it.
do.
What?
fupa.
Fupa. And if people don't know what fupa is, it is the fat upper pussy area. Fupa.
You get a permanent one once you have a kid. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like gynecologist is just like it's all the things shoved into you non-sexually.
Yeah.
That's what a gynecologist is.
So, but you've had the like gynecologist
Gynecological?
procedures done before going to a gynecologist?
Yes.
Okay.
I had, not a PAP. That was one that only like I guess a gynecologist can do, but I've had like pelvic exams and like the poking and prodding by just my primary physician because she's a lady. So she did all of the gynecology
And
stuff.
she can see if you're healthy. To a
Exactly.
degree
She also
as
did all the
well.
breast exams, when I get all of that. So it's like I had been poked and prodded before, just not in such an invasive way with such cold metal materials. And I think it's also like kind of intimidating when you're young and you're like, it's my first time going to a gynecologist, and you're like, I don't know, it's like after getting your period, it's the second thing to being a woman or something. I don't know.
It's scary. It's also like one of the signs of like I'm getting older.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I need to have these checkups.
It's like getting mammograms and stuff, you're like,
God, I'm not
that's
there yet.
r-
But like,
no,
that's,
but
like that's my next time
Yeah.
I'm getting a mammogram like in the next couple of years.
there's
I'm
like these
Yeah. it's
getting
so
old.
fun.
next time we
lady
see
things. Yeah, you're like, Grandma Ireland. I just feel like there's these, like lady milestones that you learn about. Like you get your period, and then also once again, I'm saying not all ladies get periods. I know there's the very broad distinction.
That's true.
So the designated female at birth ladies, there's like those milestones of like you get your period, then you go to a gynecologist, then you get your mammograms, then you get an OBGYN because if you want to have kids, and you got to check like your vaginal mucus or whatever. I think I don't know.
They do a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, they do a lot of stuff.
you have a list.
They got a list.
They like to check it off.
Yeah.
And,
So I don't know. I feel like that's it's kind of cool to know that like I'm in that next step of womanhood or whatever. But also I don't like metal things shoved in my vag.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It's not fun.
So you don't like metal dildos or
I feel like metal dildos are not a
so
not a thing
Keep
I'm
it in the
into.
fridge before you.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
God. And I'm out.
Don't do that. Don't listen to anything I say on the show. I think is the moral of the story.
We're just gonna put a long beep over everything you say.
I shouldn't be being like,
Barbara just muted the whole time.
Subtitle, a crazy ass lady.
Don't fucking listen to her.
don't believe her lies.
Bitch, you cray.
So I was a lot younger for my first
I was too.
gynecological
Yeah.
exam. I actually counted as I went to this family doctor my entire life, my entire childhood, even like all throughout high school and everything. And
Was he a moose?
She was not a moose.
Was she a beaver?
She was a lovely Jewish woman,
Oh.
Okay.
Dr. Rosenberg.
Wow. Whoa. Rosenberg.
Yeah. So I could trust her because l'chaim. But once I started having sex at the age of 16, I told her because I would go for my like yearly checkup with her, and she'd always ask me like, "Are you sexually active?" Up until that one, I was always like, "No, I'm a virgin." She's like, "That's okay. You're still so young."
You're a child.
Yeah.
And so when I was 16 and I went for my yearly checkup, I told her that I had started being sexually active, and she's like, "All right, well, let's go ahead and do a pap smear on you." And I was just like, "What is that?" And she's like, "All right." And she like walked me through it. She had me lay down on the bed and put my feet in the little stirrups.
All the stirrups.
Yeah, the stirrups.
Which I'm just like, and also when you're nervous that first time, you can't really spread your legs apart.
so hard.
You kind of like lock your knees a little bit.
She's like, okay, honey, relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
And they just keep going like this.
And I just
Relax.
I still do this for every pap smear I get. I sit there and I lie at the ceiling and I like pinch myself somewhere else so I could think about something else other than the fact that they're sticking a cold metal clamp into my vagina and going.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can hear like the the metal
that's
that
horrible.
they're about to put. Yeah.
See, I text. I go on Twitter.
Wow,
I'm like,
you do Twitter?
I have to do something else. I'm like playing anime video games on my phone or something because I'm like, just don't think about the cold rod that's in your vagina right now.
I never hold a phone during that or getting waxed because I don't want people to think that I'm filming the procedure.
Check out what's going on. I never would have thought about
Facebook
that
Live
ever before.
Yo, dog, just getting my veg checked. Tune in.
Hey, doc, is it good? It's good.
Yo, what's good?
Then you actually have good waxed into your hair.
Oh, God.
That's called vajazzling.
Ah, is it?
16 was my first one. And actually, a few times recently, I don't know, I think my hormones have been changing or something's been happening where my pap smear actually came back as abnormal.
Yeah.
And when that happens, they have to do a secondary test where they actually
They do a biopsy.
They dive in.
they have to go in, they have to check with a microscope of what's going on in there, and they have to do extra, the scrape the cervix and
That's called a super pap.
it basically is super
There's
pap.
a term for it. It starts with a C. I forget what it's called. But I've had biopsies done.
Coloscopy?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But-
I've had it done, I think, twice now.
Yeah.
And
stinks.
it's an extra procedure where I have to go in, and that's the one where they have to scrape, literally scrape, and you feel it. It's the worst cramps you've ever had.
I've had so I've done the biopsy, so they pinch. And that hurts so bad. I've had that done 3 times just to make sure that we have some things that look like they might be could be cancer.
Yeah.
So they always have to be precaution and
That's when you
but,
take Vicodin before you go. You just pop it and
let's do this then.
not today. You got it there, guys.
So good right now.
Solid.
I can't even imagine. Mine was very recently too. I didn't get a gynecologist until I was out of college.
Is that common in the States? I feel like
don't-
every one of
not
my
for-
friends is going to the
Not
gynecologist.
for my sisters and I. My mom took us when we were
Yeah,
17.
I mean, it was kind of the same thing as Mika. I had a family doctor, and then I think maybe it was because I lied so much. Maybe you shouldn't lie to your doctors, but I lied so much. Especially, I think it was just growing up in a super small conservative town with my doctors there. I started having sex when I was 15 years old, but it, was always oh no, my mom, so I'm definitely not gonna tell you that. Right. And so it was always just oh yeah. I always lied about it, and then never went to the gynecologist or anything like that. And when I was in college, and it wasn't until after college that I can't even remember why I went to the gynecologist. I think my mom was probably just hey, you're in your 20s now, you should probably go and do this. So I found a gynecologist here, and then my first visit actually was wonderful because she was just you're young, you don't really need a pap smear right now. You don't have to do any of that. It's just not necessary. And I was fucking fine with me. I've heard it fucking sucks. And then I was in my head thinking second time I go, which was not too, it was last year. That's when I had my first pap smear, was last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was fresh off the
I had literally just turned 22. Texas, while you're here, when was your first visit?
God, I was hoping no one needed a drink during this. I was slow down, Mariel, slow down. I just say go do it.
So you've never been?
I've never been, never had.
Is there
one day,
gynecologist?
You know what?
the doctor.
That's what, so is there no cock and ball specialist?
I think that
It's just a doctor.
It's just a doctor, yeah.
The bend over and you cough, right?
Yeah.
The bend over and cuff.
So how come we have to go to a whole other doctor
'cause
to
we're
check out
more
our
special.
insides?
It's just, yes, you're more special.
I'm okay with there being a specialist for it.
Me too.
I'm glad there's a specialist too, because I don't need to know and really want to know all that stuff, But it's good. I'm saying you go and and do your thing.
Enjoy your pap
and I will
smears.
do my cough and look the other way.
Yeah,
And
But yeah, so it wasn't until last year, and it was right before I turned 23, and I went and I was like, oh, tight. I probably won't need one again because, whatever.
I'll be so perfect.
I only did it with ladies. It's fine. And I walk in, and she's just like, all right, how's it going? I'm like, oh, good. And she's like, all right, I'm going to need you to lie down, take your clothes off. And I was like, bitch, no, please don't. Please don't.
Oh yeah, that's another
you got to be naked.
detail. You're naked during
You're
the pap
100%
smear.
naked.
You're in
And
your
I was
little.
just like, oh my God, please don't. And then it happened, and we had a moment, and I remember I texted my girlfriend afterward and I was like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, what? Like, what's wrong? And I was like, I think I just cheated on you. Like,
There was someone other figures
there was
inside my
this
vagina.
lady. It happened real quick, like the moment of passion, you know.
We looked at each other's eyes. They met. I'm sorry. There was a spark. I don't know what to do about it.
Exactly, and I was
Man.
like, and it did not feel good. But yeah, so I have my next one coming up in March. Not looking forward to it. What's up?
Just think about how great of a feeling it is when they take the metal clamp out and you feel it just slide out of there.
You know what's better than that feeling? Not having it in there at all. That's much better.
you right. Yeah, you right.
So anyway, I'm sure. I want to know about you.
It's very different for me now.
Especially
after,
you have a kid and you
You must have had a lot of people down there.
all about that.
yeah, I've had a couple. Yeah.
I had just a slew of them.
Kind
Just
of there, it's
checking
like
it
rotating
out.
doors, basically. But no, so my mom took me when I was, I think, right before I went to college, and I love my mom so much, but I did not tell her I was sexually active, and I lied to my doctor, and
Oh wow, you
Was your mom
I
in the
even-
room with you?
yeah,
Yeah, my
that's why
mom's
I
one
was
of those
I
like,
hate when they do that.
To this day, I
are
got
you
the flu. My
sexually
mom's like,
active?
we're both
Like,
going to the doctor.
but yeah, so I just, but the doctor knows, like they do know. They're not gonna,
Right.
they're not
Do
gonna.
you give them you're like, no.
Exactly.
like slip them a note under the table.
A 20, like,
I
don't tell
did.
me.
But it's not like I had sex all the time or anything like that. It was just, a couple times. And, but my mind blocked a lot of it out because I was just mortified to be there with my mom.
Oh, yeah.
But my mom thought she was being supportive, and I would not say like, Mom, get the hell out of here. And it was it was comforting for her to be there, but I didn't want to be so honest because I was also ashamed of myself at that age because I did it because I didn't want to do it.
How old were you, if you don't mind me asking?
I was 15 when I lost my virginity, and I did it because of other people, like I said. I felt like it was, that's what you do at this age, and I didn't experience it the way I thought you would. In the movies, they tell you. But so I went and I blocked a lot of it out, but I mean, my doctor was lovely, and I think those first couple of times, it's uncomfortable, and it's very cold. Those little metal things are very cold. But it was later on when I had to get like a biopsy. I was like probably 23. That was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But now that I've had like a kid shoot out of there, I went today and no, I wouldn't even know that someone was down there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good to know.
That's how it was for me. So after a kid, they're a lot easier.
We're all just kind of like, oh.
It was actually, when I was pregnant, we moved around a lot. So I had 4 different doctors in the 10 months I was pregnant. Because you're really actually pregnant for 10 months, BT dubs. So that fucking 9-month thing is a lie.
How dare they?
For some reason, that extra month, like 9 months, all right, sounds good. 10 months, fuck.
Oh yeah,
that's
I
like-
was
you might as
pregnant
well
40
just be a
weeks.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost a full year. No drinking.
Oh my God.
Yeah, think about
Wait,
it.
also no sushi?
No, nothing like that. You can't have deli meat. Well,
Oh my
you can have
God.
deli meat, but you have to put it in the microwave.
Can't
All
you
these
also,
awful
like,
things.
not go in a hot
Jewish,
tub?
you can't have deli meat.
I know, I love sandwiches. It's like my thing, and so I would always microwave it. It'd be disgusting, and I just stopped after a while.
I gotta
but-
ask, is the red dye in M&Ms a lie? Because I heard that you can't have red M&Ms
That's a
when you're
little
pregnant.
extreme.
That's that's like.
Can you
that's
go in a
like
hot
granola
tub?
mom.
Someone said you can't go in a hot tub when you're
You
pregnant.
can't after. I don't know. I never did.
Will
just
it
because
like
was
hard
always-
boil your child?
A nice baby stew, everyone. Serving it up.
Listen, I don't know, okay? Barbara!
But there are a lot of myths though about when you're pregnant, and there's always things changing too. I knew a woman who was pregnant 2 years before me, and she said, "Oh, I couldn't have hot dogs." I could have hot dogs though, and if
Right.
I knew what was in them.
There's also
and-
some people who think that you can't be around cats because cats apparently carry some type of
They say just be
disease or-
careful around the kitty litter. I think that's what it is. Just to have someone else do the kitty litter if
This
you have
is
a
why
cat,
I can
and
never,
that's it.
because I can never be pregnant because I would never remember all these
It's a
little details.
It's a lot. It's a lot of stipulations, but you do actually you kind of know it, and also things are just different when you're pregnant too. It was weird. A month before, you don't know that first month, because you have your period usually whenever you get it. I didn't know, but I didn't want to drink. I had I didn't want to drink. I didn't want to stay out late. I was taking 2-hour naps after I'd wake up, and my breasts were tender. And so I was just like, something's weird. Oh well. And it hit me, and I was 3 days late, and I was sitting on the couch, and I hadn't told my husband that I was taking 2-hour naps after I woke up and having a cup of coffee. I'd take a 2-hour nap.
Oh wow.
And that's just how I was in the beginning, and I was just sitting there, and I saw a woman on Good Morning America touch her belly, and I was like, what's today? Oh, I'm 3 days late. So I went to the grocery store, and I bought tampons and a pregnancy test, and I was like, one of these! One of these is gonna work! And I took a pregnancy test, and it was a very faded pink. I called my sister. I didn't call my mom or anything, but I was like, this is what's happening. So I don't know if I'm actually really pregnant, because also I feel like I peed on it too much. And so she was like, it bled over. I don't know. I'm like you. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And she said, go get a digital one. It will say pregnant or not pregnant.
Oh, wow.
And I was pregnant. And I was like,
shit.
oh, wow. and some people don't know for 2 months. Your body doesn't tell you. And some people have a period when they're pregnant, or it resembles a period that first month.
I mean, have you ever seen that show, I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant?
Right.
And it's terrifying.
Yeah, that's
Mariel,
a thing.
I think you're good.
You're fine.
No, it's not me. It's not me. I know someone that happened to, and
What?
do.
Were they on the toilet taking a piss, and there's a baby all of a sudden? Or, what level
But
of I
that's the
didn't
story.
know?
Because
That happens,
and I didn't know I was pregnant. All of a sudden, it's I had these weirdly bad stomach cramps, so I went to the hospital and lol, I was pregnant. I'm
Yeah.
8 months.
Yeah.
It was weird. I had all this waking.
and I had these weird cravings and morning sickness, and then 9
And there was
months later,
something moving.
yeah.
Weird.
So
So strange.
your friend didn't know they were pregnant?
Someone I know.
Okay, acquaintance.
An
She wouldn't say a
I wouldn't say a friend.
I'm not going to call them
Someone
out.
that it's just that someone that I'm so far removed from that I literally found out through social media. But oh my god, it is a person that you would never expect to ever. First of all, she is a lesbian. Exactly, yeah. And it's just it's a story that just blew my mind. And it was
Did she know 9 months?
it was
did she
it
have,
was
a
a
one-night
stand. It was
Yeah.
a one night stand, drunken one night stand. I don't know the details because I don't really know this person. They're like I said, I'm really far removed from the story, but literally saw on social media this is my baby, and I texted a bunch of mutual friends what the fuck just happened?
I don't know anybody who loves gossip as much as Mariel.
Same.
Live for it, darling.
Whenever
live for
there's
it.
celebrity gossip, I always go to your feed because I'm what is Mariel saying?
Maybe it's just because my life is just so not, I wouldn't say boring, but it's just so
Vanilla.
vanilla maybe, and it's good and it's stable. Maybe it's just
Right.
the stability. And it's not that I want drama in my life. I
Right.
don't.
But hearing
it's
other people's drama.
I thrive
yeah,
on it.
you're
It's
like, yes,
seeing
give me
Rihanna
more.
drink out of a diamond encrusted flask at the Grammys is just yes, bitch.
Yes. And
Yes.
and even then, even if it's drama that I'm oh, this thing happened and you don't know any other people involved, I'm well, I want to know.
I want to know.
I want to know everyone.
I know.
Fascinating. I
wanna
Whenever
know
I
how
see people
everyone felt.
vaguing on Twitter,
What's vaguing?
vaguing is when it's man, I really can't believe what some people would do to some really special friends. It's
Oh,
when you
being vague.
Oh, being
yeah,
vague, vaguing
yeah.
about someone
I was
on
like, is that a
Twitter.
play off
It's
voguing?
voguing.
No, it's whenever I see someone vaguing on Twitter and I'm close enough with them, I'm bitch, spill the tea.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed of it, but I'm also proud of it. I have a group chat on Twitter, and you can rename group chats.
Yeah.
We've renamed it tea spilling, and then a frog
my God, I
emoji
love
and a
it.
teacup emoji
I love
because
it.
of that Kermit.
Yeah.
It's none of my business. And it's just a bunch of us being so here's what's going on in
God,
case
I
you
love
missed it.
I have one friend, my friend Jonathan, and he watches the show. So shout out Jonathan, I love you so much.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan.
But he and I are literally girl, what's the tea? What's the tea? What happened? Tell me everything.
What is
Right?
this term?
What's
Spill
the tea?
Oh,
what's the
sweetie.
tea? Texas, come on
Come
now.
on, we need you as an expert.
I feel I
Educate
don't know the
Barbara.
terminology,
See,
but I
it's
understand what it is.
It's a gay
what
and
the
a
tea
black
is.
term.
What is the
All right,
tea?
so
Yes.
the tea is what's the truth? What's your tea? What's going on? What's happening with this
yes.
person? So if, for
What's the
instance,
tea?
I
What's
was
the tea?
spelling some tea about Mariel, it would be something you didn't know.
Spilling
I'd be
some
like,
truth.
you're
Yeah.
spilling
But do
or-
people spell it like tea?
TEA.
It's a letter
Just a
T.
letter
Oh,
T.
But
I thought you
also-
were talking about like
But
drinking.
it's turned into TEA because
has,
of
because
the
of
Kermit the
Kermit
Frog
one
gif
where he's
of
sipping
him
the-
sipping
Yeah.
the tea going,
Spilling
well,
the
that's
tea.
none of my business. So now whenever there's like Twitter beef going on, you'll see a lot of gifs of people just sipping tea in response because it's like, the drama.
Yeah.
Or you
Yeah.
hear people say, no tea, no shade.
No tea, no
So,
shade.
no tea, no shade.
I've never heard
You've never heard
Yeah.
no tea, no
No
shade.
tea, no shade.
Because shade is obviously, I'm throwing shade at you because
Yes.
I'm trying to be in a little bit
I had
sassy.
to
or
explain what
I'm-
shade was to someone, and I was like, we live in 2017.
Yeah.
I had to explain woke to Bethany the other day, so you know what?
Bethany,
Does she know Shook?
Probably not. She's
come on, y'all.
43
Do you
years
know
old.
Shook?
Sweetie.
Oh, it's
Like
okay,
shook
Sam.
down.
Even I know
like,
Shook. Like when you're like, I am so shook right now.
Like I'm just shook. I'm gonna shook Sam. I'm shook.
It's basically like saying I'm shaken.
Oh, you're
Yes.
shaken.
You're shaken.
Oh,
Shaken.
okay, okay.
Like,
Shook.
but it's
Yeah.
kind of
I was
a
like,
broad
like
term.
a
It's
shakedown. Someone's
say
trying to
you
get
see-
some information out of you.
No, it's like say you see a really hot guy who's shirtless. You're like, I'm shook. Like he's
cute.
so hot, I'm shook.
You're just like
You're
like,
adorable.
you can't do it.
Yeah, you just can't.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Texas.
I think
worries.
I've never,
Texas.
I've never
We
heard
start
that
calling
term.
him Texas.
Texas.
I will say though. Oh yeah.
Yes.
What's
A lot
the tea? We spill tea all week.
Get that
All the
tea.
time. Every Tuesday. I will say though that I hate those people who get on Facebook and they're like, "Hey guys, like please pray for me and my family. Like don't ask any questions, but like,
Bitch.
know,
bitch, if you're not
yeah.
giving me details, you're not getting my prayers."
Yeah.
Right.
Give me something.
No, I love it's not like I want attention, but, and I'm like,
Spill that tea.
Spilled.
Did I say it right?
Spilled that tea.
you did. I'm very
There
proud
you
of you. We're gonna turn Barb into a very sassy gay
Yeah,
woman.
we're going, taking you to college, and then we're turning you into a drag queen.
And then we're gonna show you porn.
Yeah.
And then
take me
we're
to a
all gonna
strip
fuck on a
Yeah.
plane.
In Texas to the gynecologist.
We should do field trips on this show.
Let's do it.
Always
I
open
think.
field trips.
All right, well, I also want to say thanks to HelloFresh.com for supporting this episode of Always Open. HelloFresh is the meal kit delivery service that makes cooking fun, easy, and convenient. The recipes are set up so that anyone can make a delicious and nutritious home-cooked meal in 30 minutes, whether you usually cook for yourself or are not so comfortable making home-cooked meals, like me. HelloFresh sources the freshest ingredients measured to the exact quantities needed so there's no food waste. I've teamed up with HelloFresh, and they are offering everyone in our audience $35 off your first week of deliveries when you go to HelloFresh.com and use the offer code OPEN35. I've really enjoyed the HelloFresh meals that they have sent me. If I bought all the ingredients, it would have cost a lot more, and I would have had a lot of leftover ingredients that may have been thrown away, and the meals that I cooked only took 30 minutes to make. So that's just like bonus.
There you go.
That's HelloFresh.com and use the code OPEN35 to get $35 off your first week of deliveries. Thank you, HelloFresh. People always say it sounds like HelloFresh.
It does.
It is HelloFresh though.
HelloFresh is great though.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I got a call from my apartment being like, we have a box from HelloFresh for you downstairs. And I'm just like,
So you can get it delivered to the door.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
do
realized
now.
that.
Yeah. I like, because it's a 40-pound box.
It's not that
No,
heavy.
not 40. It's like 14 or something like that. It's heavy. Yeah.
How
It's like
food are you
I know there's a
getting?
four
I
in
mean,
it.
it's like usually 3 meals or
Yeah,
so.
but it's the ice block in it.
Yeah.
That makes it so heavy because it once got delivered to the office, and I was like, oh, I wonder how heavy. Oh,
It's good.
Gotta
But,
work on your guns.
I gotta lift more. But no, they have good shit.
I just want to see myself in the camera doing that.
Hot.
All right, let's move on to our Ask Us Anything question. This one is from an anonymous user, and they want to know, have you ever ghosted anyone?
I've ghosted a lot of people.
Oh my god.
You minx.
I'm just gonna go with another word.
And well, it's not like I'm like older or anything like that, but when I was dating in college, iPhones were like barely a thing, and I don't know, like things were different when you dated back then. Like you did meet people like in a bar. That's how I met my husband.
What was your like most common form of communication when you like met someone and started dating? them?
There were text and phone calls, but like that, yeah, like
Do you only have like Twitter
I ask
and
how old
No,
you are,
like,
but I know that's
I'm 29.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
yeah.
But, like, it's
okay,
not
you're making
far.
yourself
Yeah,
sound like
you know,
like
it's
way
but it's
older.
different.
Like, this bitch is like 50, but she knows like she's
Right.
like 25.
But it is different though. Like
It is true.
it's very different. I saw my girlfriends go through like trying to find meet a person in a bar, and then it became dating apps.
Right.
You know,
Oh,
like
right.
and everything it's kind of shifted, and even talking to people nowadays and how they met people out and about, and they'll say, well, it's hard to talk because everyone's on their phone. or people are more, they have their walls up more. And I feel like maybe that wasn't the case even when I was in college. And that, literally, it's not that far of a difference, but it is a difference at the same time. It's so strange. It's such a small amount of time, but things are very different. And so for a time there, I was kind of dating around a lot. And I went to a school where there were a lot of locals that lived there. And I dated a lot of the like local musicians and like, people not, like those kind of people. And they are kind human beings. I dated a lot of them and they were all like friends. So that's all, shame on them. Shame on them.
Shame on them.
And,
Bros before hoes.
Exactly. But I had never really dated around, and I did. It was kind of like a new guy almost every month. And,
wow.
And it's not like
Imagine what your mom would think if she was in
I
an
know.
appointment with you.
but no, it was just, once someone, I was disinterested, or they were showing like a really weird side of themselves, I was like, and I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm moving forward. And I would just stop talking to them. I would stop answering texts, I would stop answering phone calls, and usually they'd get the hint after 3 days.
So it was never like a, hey, I'm not interested anymore.
I would do that for a lot of the ones that seemed more invested in what was going on with us, but for a few, I was just like, you're not invested in me that much, so why should I have to be like, okay, let's have this conversation out at dinner. No, we don't need to. That's not us. We've gone on a couple dates, you know, get over it. We're moving forward. We're super young. It's fine. No harm, no foul. And
I just honestly a better way to do it.
At least for I think for little things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've done it with family members, in all honesty. And and that's kind of, and it's not even really, I guess, it is kind of ghosting. I'm such a fucking mom. But there are family members in my life that there's a past. And when I turned 18, I kind of realized that there's a difference between being family and being a relative.
Yep.
Yes.
And for me, I made the conscious decision to not really have some people in my lives. Does that mean I think illy of them? No, I want them to have fulfilling, and I hope they're thriving. And I do love them still, and that. Oh God!
Movie magic! We're back. Nothing at all broke or happened, and we didn't have to pause the show at all.
Nope.
It wasn't terrifying.
So Sam, you were saying about your dead relatives who just haunted our
That was just probably, some higher authority saying, you should
Irelands
probably
came
stop
back.
ghosting people in your family.
I think it was Texas' fault. He said he was staring at that pineapple.
Texas is a witch. Burn him.
Yeah, a Carrie, you don't know you have those powers. It's amazing.
What's the power
like
called?
Telepathy?
Telekinesis? No.
Telekinesis.
Telekinesis.
You're right,
Telekinesis, not telepathy.
You
Yeah.
have telekinesis. I hope you know.
Woo.
It's like he was trying
Set
to
me
kill
on
us.
fire.
What?
Whoa.
You're already on fire.
This girl is on fire. Anyway.
No, okay. We weren't going to sing it. Okay.
Well, what about you guys? Ghosting people?
Ooh. So I went to go pee with Mariel during the commercial break. During the break, and I was like, I have two. One is really hilarious because it's an overly attached girlfriend. Another one is someone who definitely watches this content. And Mariel was like, tell the one who definitely someone who watches this content. Hey, I'm gonna tell that one. So it was junior year of college. Oh, there's a cherry in here. That's new. It was junior year of college. I already started kind of doing stuff with you guys,
Showing up and stuff.
Yeah, came to RTX, and I met this guy on Tinder because that happens sometimes.
It does.
And
I've heard of Tinder.
Yeah, Tinder's. Yes, you have. So and I should have seen the red flags in the beginning when one of his Tinder pics was him and Jeff and Gavin.
Oh.
You know where this is going.
He's a fan.
Yes. And it was we were talking. We were friends. He lived kind of a little bit off campus, and it just got to the point where it was terrifyingly clingy.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I was not super into it, but he was a nice guy. He liked video games. I like video games. Yeah. Things to talk about, right?
But were you worried that it was just kind of he was trying to get in?
I didn't
somehow?
even know if it was that or if it was just sit boy, but it was just, it was so much. It was so clingy. And then he said he was going to be at E3. And I was like, okay, you already know from my Twitter feed, I will be at E3.
Yes.
Mika Burton.
Yeah. And so he kept texting me like, can we meet up? 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 And I was like, good Lord, good sir, I am with my father hanging out, but yes, I will come find you at your booth.
So you responded.
Yeah, I was like, at this point, I was like, fine, I'll see you. This is the first time we'll see each other in person, which is hilarious. It wasn't in Michigan, it was in Los Angeles. And I was like, I'll come find you wherever you are. And it was just so weird and clingy and awkward. And at that moment, I just kind of made this conscious decision. I was like, I'm never speaking to this man again for the rest of my life. I just couldn't do it. It was like,
Do you think like if you tried to end it, he probably would have
kept
going at it?
Yeah, kept going at it, or had a meltdown, or I still to this day, because like I think we're still like Snapchat friends and still friends on Xbox. So sometimes I like see it pop up. I also got it when I moved to Austin. I got a text from him saying, "Hey, remember me, your old friend, you know, whatever his name is, I won't say his name." And I was just like, and this is also like, I think it was like the day that I was like, LOL, I'm part of RT now. And I was like, dude, come on, that's so transparent.
That's when you send the new phone who dis.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I didn't respond.
Or you could be like, wrong number.
Right.
Yeah.
This is Travis.
Yeah. It's just like, it was ever since that day, it was like post E3, I still feel bad about it. Like whenever I see his gamer tag on like pop up online, I'm like, I feel kind of, because like, as much as I like to like pretend that I'm a bitch and I'm tough, I don't like being mean to people.
I don't think anyone likes being mean.
But it's like I feel bad about it.
But was it mean?
You know,
it's like
I feel like it was just self-preservation at this point.
I think ghosting is self-preservation for a lot of people.
Because it wasn't
And-
malicious. It wasn't like,
No.
I hate you, I'm not going to talk to you. It was like, I was young-ish. I didn't know how to handle it. I felt really awkward, especially because I was like, I don't know what you're in this for.
Yeah.
And also, like, we're just not meshing. And I also didn't know how to have the confidence to be like, I just really want to be friends. Because, like I said,
It's hard to
I feel
do.
bad.
It's hard.
I mean,
It's
I know
almost
that,
like when you have to break up with someone. Like,
right. It's like, I think I told the story when I had that long distance
thank
relationship,
you.
and I broke up with the
coming.
dude. He's amazing. When I broke up with the dude, and like I sent this long WhatsApp text, I felt bad about it.
Yeah.
Like I felt really bad about breaking up with him. Like it wasn't malicious. Like fuck you, I hate you, I never want to talk to you again.
Well, some people say that ghosting is very selfish, but it's also like, yes, it is selfish in a way,
Yeah.
but it's also like it's because you're a good person who doesn't want to hurt someone and like outrightly say, I'm not
Exactly.
interested in you.
Exactly.
Stop talking to me. And this is the kind of
I think
it's a shitty thing to
it's
do,
a
but-
shitty thing.
It's a shitty thing, but it's also like, how much did you both invest in this?
Yeah.
It was
Like,
exactly.
in my opinion.
If it was someone you were
Exactly.
dating for like a few months or like a year, like ghosting
That's-
someone like that,
That's
fucked
horrible.
up.
you.
That's
fucked up.
horrible.
Yeah,
We weren't
right.
even dating. We were literally like
Yeah.
talking, and like it was like the first time we met in person, and it just didn't work out. And I was just like,
And that's okay, and that happens.
yeah, it
and
happens. And like, at least I'm not sitting here like, remember that guy that I ghosted? I'm like,
Yeah.
you feel bad about
I'm
it.
sorry, dude.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just didn't work out. And like, I see that you sometimes still like watch my Snapchat story, and like, I'm sorry.
Aw.
Hi, if you're watching this, because I have a really strong feeling you are. So like,
Don't text
I'm
her.
sorry.
new number, who dis?
The number who it is, that number that you thought. It is still my number, but pretend it's not. But hi.
Bye.
Anyway, who's next?
Anyone else?
Well, I've ghosted a lot of people unintentionally. I'm terrible at responding to texts, and some of you may know
Can
this.
confirm.
I'll do the thing. I do this all the time. It's probably like one of my worst habits where someone will text me if it's a person I fucking love, like one of my best friends texts me. I'll read it. I'll be like, all right, let me just finish this real fast, and then I'll respond. I'll like finish up an email, and then I'll be like, oh, what's on Reddit today? And then 4 days pass, and I'm just like, fuck, I didn't text her back. And so I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Like, I totally meant to respond to this. I do it all the time.
I've definitely gotten one of those texts from you before. Of like,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, I didn't respond to your text.
I promise I read this and I was going to respond. But I've ghosted people also intentionally. One of which was a guy who I met at a bar. This is when I was single very briefly when I lived in Austin, because that was not a long period of time. I met him at a bar, got his number. He's a very cute guy. I hung out with him once, and it was like, okay, but I was like, I don't really see this going anywhere. But then he kept texting me. Hey, I'm in your area. Want to hang out? I was like, oh, I shouldn't respond to this. Texting me again the next day. Hey, what are you doing tonight? You want to get drinks? Didn't respond.
Just like get up.
He texted me 35 times.
Oh my god.
No, he did not.
5
Without a response from you.
with no response from me.
Oh.
And I understand some people probably watching this are just like, oh, you just fucking give him the message. Tell him just to fuck off or whatever.
That's a sociopath.
No,
That's
that, like,
terrifying.
But like if you went on not even a date, one hangout with someone,
Yeah.
and it was like okay, and then you don't hear from them, no, they're not
Take
into
that
it.
hint. Also, 35, like
35.
15 is excessive.
Fucking time.
35 is like
is excessive.
But after,
5 is excessive.
after the 35th one, I was just like, I am not interested. That's why I'm not responding. If someone does it to you in the future, that's what it means. Like, I know it's kind of a bitchy move, but like,
I like
dude,
that you
one
had
day-
to unghost.
I had to unghost. I know.
To unghost so you could ghost him. Yeah, like no, you did him a favor in all honesty, because how many other women has he done this to?
Probably a lot.
And like also like to friends,
35.
you know, like
Yeah.
I can
I think it
imagine.
might have been good for him to hear that.
Did he
I think.
respond?
He did, and he was just like, "You're a bitch."
Yeah.
And
Well,
I'm like,
yeah.
don't
Then
you-
he's
I get that.
Yeah,
Don't you
he's a
love
fucking
that?
asshole. He's just an
Yeah.
asshole. That's like if he responds like that, like he doesn't like, oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
or like, hey, that was kind of tough for you to say that to me, like, but I
It's
get
like, yeah,
it.
I
Like,
understand I was being a little too much, or like I
Yeah,
should
like,
have
Right.
if you
maybe
can't-
stopped trying at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
But it was ongoing for probably about, I think it was 35 texts in about a week and a half.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What?
It was like a few one day,
that's-
a few the next day.
I agree with you, sociopath.
Yeah.
Sociopath, 100%.
But it's like I think that's my favorite thing to look at is like whenever like a guy contacts a girl and then they say they're not interested and they're like, well, you're a fat ugly bitch anyway, and
Yeah.
it's like, hey,
God.
heads
It
up.
happens.
Don't fucking do that with cameras.
Yeah,
don't
don't
fucking do that. It's not okay. You don't. If you maybe you feel good about it.
Wouldn't you rather
You're terrible
a
about
girl
it.
tell
Yeah.
you right off the bat, like, I wish I had just told him I'm not interested. I should have done
Yeah.
that. But going back, like, a lot of girls do that where they're just like, you know what, I don't see this going anywhere.
Yeah. Right.
And that's when some guys,
Yeah, they do
Yeah.
that.
or girls too, this happens to girls and guys too,
Yeah.
where their ego is hurt and they respond with something really
lash
mean
out.
and negative to be like, oh, well, you're a fucking slut and
Yeah.
you're
And it's
stupid
like, then
and
why
you're
did you
fat.
contact me in the first place?
Yeah.
And they're just trying to, I think, save their own ego by
They
saying
are,
things
yeah.
like that.
No,
Oh,
they
yeah.
are.
And I
People
think a lot of
lash out
people,
to save face.
a lot of people ghost for that reason, where they
Yeah.
don't want to get that reaction from someone.
I mean, it's like, why do you think the rejection number exists?
Yep.
Like when people are like,
Yeah.
can I have your number? Can I have your number? Can I have your number? And instead of saying no because it's like, I don't know what's gonna happen, you're just like, yeah, haha, here's my number, and it's like the
hello,
rejection.
Domino's
hotline.
Pizza.
Yeah.
But you know what happens when you're an asshole to people through dating apps and whatnot? You get screenshotted and then you get put on BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone makes
Yeah.
fun of you. So don't
Everyone
don't
knows
be
who
a
you are.
fucking asshole. Just like if someone's ghosting you, get over it. Like just
Yeah.
like move on. There's so many other people in the world. There's so many other things
I-
to do with your life.
After text 10, because like it's different when it's like,
Text 3, honestly.
yeah, text 3. It's like it's different when like if I sent Barbara a text and she just didn't respond, but then responds 4 days later. I see her at work. I'm like, did you get my text? And she's like, oh my god, yeah, I did. It's like that's different than like multiple notifications because if someone double texts me, then I'll respond and be like, oh shit, sorry, I put my phone down and didn't see it. But if someone, what even is 35? What's the equivalent of that in double? I don't even know. It's like if someone texts you 35 times and they're not responding,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
either-
it's you.
I
I'm
was-
sorry.
I
I
think
was thinking
I
he
think
might
I
be
remember
clueless.
where he works. So I make sure I never go to that place ever.
Oh, like
Oh my
here?
God.
Oh, it's in Austin, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Avoid that.
He was like so cute though. Like you should hit him up.
No.
Hey, sometimes looks are all you need, and then sometimes you're
Then-
like, oh
then
god,
you-
this is all you have.
And then sometimes you're like, shh, just sit
just
there.
like-
What about you? What about
Yeah.
you, Merle?
I like so my dating history I feel like is both up and down, like and that I've had a history of being like, oh, am I about to get ghosted? Oh, I should probably like just have a conversation with this person.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've always been the type of person that's like, okay, at least I try to be, because I always haven't been. But especially when I'm the one being ghosted, I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna reach out to you, and like, if you really don't, if you're not interested, that's fine. Like, let's just drop it.
Yeah.
But there was this person that Meek and I were kind of talking about in the bathroom, who I dated for about 2 to 3 weeks. And I feel like I brought this person up before just because it's, my life we're talking about
Yeah.
here. But we dated for a little bit, and I had just gotten out of a really long-term serious relationship and was kind of like on the rebound, trying to make myself feel good again. And I found an attractive person that had no other qualities. But I was like, oh, this person's attractive, like, like I'm gonna go with this and see where it goes. And so then it turned into this kind of like obsessive, like, oh, like maybe you should be my girlfriend and we should be dating. And I was like, I got nothing better to do right now, so why not?
Nothing penciled in on my schedule.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's reason enough.
Yeah. And so then we started dating, and then it was immediately like, oh, I love you, like, you know, like, let's spend all this time together, like, you should have a toothbrush at my place, like, blah, blah, blah. And it was just like, bitch, we just met. Like, I know we got into this relationship and it's kind of like haphazard, but like, no.
Did you even know her middle name at this point?
I'm guessing that's a no.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's a no. See, yeah, that is
Probably
haphazard.
And it was a mixture of like, because to me it didn't feel like an actual relationship. It was just like, we met, we were attracted to each other, and like, we're gonna agree to like keep seeing each other, but it didn't feel to me like, okay, we are exclusive now, like we cannot see other people. And so it wasn't until she was also just kind of a shitty person. Like I had invited her. I invited her to a party that I was having at my apartment with like a bunch of my friends, and I was like, oh, I want you to meet my friends. And she was like, oh, like I don't really want to. Like that was. She was just like, I don't really feel like it. And I was like, okay. And she was like, I don't know, like, you know, I'm just like not cool with big groups. And if it would have been a thing, like we talked about anxiety on the show, and if it would have been like, hey, like I feel anxious about this, I don't want to go. But it was just like, I really just don't feel like meeting your friends. So I was like, okay, well, why don't you come by for a little bit, and then why not? So she showed up to the party, was there for like literally 5 minutes, talked to only my roommate and I, and then left. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this bitch. So I ended up making out with someone else.
Mariel.
Scandal.
You minx.
She's like, I'm so proud of myself.
And then like after that night, I was just like, I'm so done with this person. Like I'm not gonna talk to her anymore. And she would be like, oh hey, let's hang out. And she's like, oh, like can't, like busy.
Oh, so is that kind of ghosting?
Ooh,
It was
one word
like-
text
It
her?
was it was like subtle ghosting until I could kind of just be like, hey, we're done. Because it was just one of those people that was overly attached, and I was afraid of what she might do if things might end badly. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna kind of keep you. And that was shitty of me to do that, to be like, oh, I'm just gonna keep you kind of hanging on until I can feel comfortable enough that you're not gonna kill me. When I finally end this. I need to make sure you're not gonna murder me. Let me get some like psychiatric tests going on you first.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it was just one of those things where you just, it wasn't gonna work out ever, and I should have been more upfront about it. But I was like, I just got out of a really serious relationship, so
it
like,
happens.
why not have fun?
People ghost each other.
Did you make it out alive?
Clearly.
No, actually, this is Ghost Mariel.
That's her real version of ghosting.
Yeah.
I died.
You're like, no, it's not even funny. I'm dead right now.
I'm here now.
All right, well, this kind of has something to do with that last question, but this is our sexpertise question, and this comes from an anonymous male. And he would like to know, I was in a relationship for 6 months with a guy, and then I was dumped for being sad a lot. It's been almost 6 months since I was dumped, and I still think about him and end up getting sad about it often. I've had hookups with men during the 6 months in hopes of getting over him, but I still haven't. Do you have any advice?
Can I just say something real quick? Because just hearing that like ignites an angry flame in my stomach.
Oh my.
Why?
Is this the camera? This is the
Yeah.
Is
You're
it
fine.
Lizzie? No. Like, like, fuck you for dumping someone for being sad.
Oh, to his boyfriend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, fuck whoever does that, man. I have had a lot of drinks. Just that is so shitty. As Mariel just comes into camera, it's like,
But to play devil's advocate, if you're dating someone and they bring you down constantly and they're always sad and you're trying to help them and
Or
they can't.
negative.
But
you know?
it
Yeah.
seems
You also have to worry about yourself.
I understand that, but it seems, I'm just gonna project on here, it seems like they didn't have a conversation about it. Right. It seems like it wasn't like, can I help, like what's going on? It seems like they didn't talk about it. It seems like just like, you know what, you're sad a lot, so
go.
like,
So I'm out.
I gotta go. And like coming from someone who has like really bad depression, that's shitty. That's,
It is shitty.
if someone,
but there are some people who are just not up for that.
and
that's not the kind of person
that's
you
not,
should be with.
Right, exactly.
Right,
It's like
exactly.
if you had a conversation about it, it didn't seem like it was a conversation. It seemed like, you're sad, I'm not into that, I gotta go. And it's like, that would hurt like shit, especially if it is like clinical depression. That's not something that it's like, you can watch a happy TV show and be fine with. It's like you have literal clinical depression. Sometimes you just can't get out of bed. And for someone that if you like trusted and felt like you loved or had a relationship was just like, this is who you are and I'm not about that, bye. No fucking shit. 6 months later, it feels like shit. Like,
But honestly,
like
you're lucky you got out of that.
yeah, that
Yeah.
if someone's
Yeah.
gonna dump you for being who you are, fuck them. And also, I think there's like the rule that it takes twice as long as you were dating to get over someone. So if you're just hitting the 6-month mark and you're still not okay.
Not necessarily true, by the way.
Not necessarily.
I think it's a third of
Is it a third of a time? Okay,
Yeah,
so it's not double.
Yeah,
Well,
because
I know
otherwise it
there's-
would take me 12 years to get over my 6-year relationship.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. So I think
Barbara, be honest with yourself. You're not over it.
so maybe it depends on the person. It depends, and especially if like you were really invested in them, but it seems like they weren't invested in you.
Right.
I feel like it varies for times. Like I'm still not over something. Like there's, I've been.
And he says that he's tried to hook up with other people in order to get over
But
it.
sometimes that's like forcing it, and it's like you'll start thinking, well, it's not insert name here, and it's like I get that, but also like Barb said, you dodged a bullet. If someone's gonna break up with you instead of supporting you, you dodged a bullet.
It
They're
clearly
not
means
good
that
for
they were
you.
not emotionally in the same place that he needed to be, and were not prepared to deal with another person's emotions and another person's
just grinds
feelings,
my gears.
which is a huge part of a relationship,
Yeah.
is being able to help someone and to be there for them when they need you.
It's like talk about shit, people.
And if
I
you're not
don't
willing to
get
do that,
it.
then yeah.
I don't get why people were just like. I
But yeah.
mean, we could talk
What
about
do you
it, but no.
What do you think?
I don't know. Like it also depends. Like, does this person that wrote in or whatever, do they have clinical depression, and are they taking care of it? I keep going back to that one that you guys had, the mental health one, because I thought that was a great episode. How much of that brain space is being taken up by sadness, and are they taking steps forward to address that? And if they are, if they're not, but a partner is willing to be with you through thick and thin. Like for me, I'm not trying to like compare, but like I've been through a deployment. My husband, he went to Afghanistan for 11 months. Like that's not easy, you know? And I know people who've done worse, like, not even just military, but people, like my aunt has clinical depression. My Uncle Robert's been with her for, God, how many years now? Like 30 years.
Right.
And like you said, they can't get out of bed. And if someone doesn't want to be with you for like 6 months because you're sad often, then yes, you dodged a bullet, like you said. But at the same time, my advice is you can't get under someone to get over someone.
You can.
Like I think so.
Everyone's different.
Everyone's different.
For me, I couldn't. And for me, like I had like a college boyfriend for a little while, and he cheated on me with someone who was younger and very beautiful. But we weren't right for each other.
First of all, you're very beautiful. Like, don't even.
Can we
Yeah,
please?
like, come on.
Anyway. But no, like, if anything, my ego was deflated.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's why I need to date all these people and then ghost them after. No, that's, we think we have to do all these things after, and it's really just to self-preserve. It's to make us feel better. It's to make us feel more confident, whatever we need to do to get through the next moment. But I think for him, I just don't. I don't want him to keep forcing things when it's not needed. Why don't you really look inside yourself and make sure, is it something with me? Am I missing this person because they brought out something great in me? Am I missing this
Or just
person
the
because I miss
affection?
them? Or that
Right.
just to have someone next to me? Is it the emotional? You have to really think about what is it that makes you sad about this relationship ending. And
A lot of people also, when they break up with someone, for however long they were dating, they always focus on the good.
yeah.
What was good about this? I love the way that they held me. I love the way that they would laugh at my jokes, or that they were funny, or like how we would cuddle. But like, why did you break up?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, they didn't understand my feelings about this, and they were shitty to me about this, or I didn't like the way that they treated me when I said this. Like, think about those moments. Those are the reasons why you broke up and why it wouldn't work out. And I think a lot of people tend to focus on the good, and that just makes them more depressed, and it makes them think about that relationship and makes them miss that person.
And especially if you were dumped, not you were the dumpy. Like, think about what the dumper. Yeah, dumpy is the one getting dumped. The dump. Like, think about what was it that they, couldn't deal with, and then it seems like that's not something that this person is okay with.
Yeah.
So it's like that's kind of a red flag in its own, if that makes sense. Like, it's like maybe you didn't make the decision to break up, but you damn well should have at this point if they're just not going to work with you and make sure that you're okay. And because like
I understand though not being able to get over someone, especially if you're in a very vulnerable state, and you definitely like find a lot of comfort in another person, being loved, being affectionate with someone, and then that's taken away from you when you're already an emotional person. That could be a very extreme feeling.
it
And
sucks
you
a
could
bag of donkey dicks.
try to do like everything you can to recreate that feeling with someone else, or like to get any ounce of that back. And, hooking up with other people might not be the answer.
Sometimes it's not fulfilling the way that you want it to be.
Exactly.
It's what you think will solve the problem, but is just kind of like, it's like pumping air into a tire with a hole in it. It's just not getting filled. That sounds inappropriate.
You're just not filling the hole.
You're not filling the hole properly,
Not,
but
like properly.
I don't know. I feel like I've been on both sides of this situation where I was a person who was broken up with and was like devastated for a very long time, and I've been the person who's broken up with someone because it was like you have a lot of things that you're dealing with, and like I can't.
Did you write this question?
I did actually. I am the anonymous male. How do you do that? But I think one thing to realize is that it's okay to be sad, and you're probably going to be sad for a very long time, because I mean, this relationship was 6 months long.
months.
The one that I had that like literally like tore me to shreds was 9 months long, and it took me about 2 years to get over.
Yeah.
And it was a hard 2 years, and every person that I dated after that was very much like, oh well, like, I just don't feel the same as I did
comparing.
with this comparing, and then also like when I was single and alone, being like, oh well, like this is just how it's gonna be. Like I'm just not gonna find someone like that person who I thought I wanted. And now, like looking back on it, it was just like it was such a trivial time in my life it was just so minuscule and so like didn't, now in the grand scheme of things, doesn't matter because I'm so much better and so much happier now.
Right.
But I think it's okay to like let yourself feel sad and let yourself be bummed about this, because it does suck. But it's also important to be like, this sucks and it sucks now and it's gonna suck for a while, but I will be better eventually, and things
gets
are
better.
Yeah.
I know
That's
people
how
say
it's
that.
stereotype.
It does. Life
Yeah.
is, you have so much life to live. I assume you're young. I have no idea, but you have so much life to live. You never know what's going to happen. Let yourself be sad.
Yeah.
Let yourself be bummed and sit on the couch and watch movies and cry.
Listen
and
to Taylor Swift.
do whatever you need to do.
please don't.
And I would say, if anything, maybe distract yourself with a new hobby, or like taking up painting or dancing or doing something that you haven't done
someone.
before.
Yeah,
Go
and
out
like,
with friends.
and don't be afraid to be
non-sexual
brave.
friends.
Yeah.
Don't be
Yeah.
afraid to be brave. And it's something that interests you, like you were saying, just do it. And I don't know, I feel like it's also a good time to reinvent yourself, or find an aspect of yourself that you've always been interested in, and you do it.
Yeah.
And you have no one holding you back. And I don't know, I just be sad, but also try to be happy when you feel the want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, just from what it sounds like, I don't know because there's barely any details in this, but it's like, if you do have serious depression or clinical depression or situational depression, talk to somebody, and not like the
Please,
internet,
yes.
and not like a friend, but there's this there's apps online with actual doctors that are there to talk to you, and
Yep.
therapists. And
There's some links that we had in our mental health episode
yeah.
with Katie Morton. If you want to check that
like
out.
Doctor on Demand is a great thing that it's like has psychiatrists and psychologists. Also, there's like no stigma for medication. I'm on like 5, and I'm here and a cool person. I hope sometimes, and it's like
You're all right.
yeah, everyone's like
You're all right.
so it's like if the I'm always sad thing is like something that's like literally you're always sad, that could also be a factor of it. If you're still sad, to go talk to somebody and figure out what the underlying issues are, because like also situational depression on top of clinical depression just means like you're in a bad place, bruh. So like go be in a good place, and like we all love you, whoever you are, anonymous male.
We love
And
you.
report back.
Yeah,
Yes.
I hope that you're
Report
good
back.
wherever you are, and you're like finding reasons to smile.
Right. Well, thank you, Anonymous Mail, for your questions. And if you watching at home have any questions for us on the show, you can email us at alwaysopen@roosterteeth.com. We'd love to hear from you. Feel free to submit segments for My First Time, Ask Us Anything, The Worst, Sexpertise, give us a shot to do,
A tasty shot, please.
and even just any ideas for the show that
A
you want to see.
confessional, maybe. I'd love to.
Confessional?
Ooh,
we should be
Oh.
confessionals.
Why don't we start doing that?
Let's
Send
do
us
that.
your confessions.
Yeah.
We'll read them.
But do they have to like address like a deity like Mariel or Barbara?
Oh, no. Just,
Just dear always open.
Cafe.
I slept with my priest.
sorry for,
Whoa.
for I have sinned.
In an adult way,
Yes.
Not just a nap time.
not in the Catholic way.
Of course. All right. Well, thank you guys so much.
This is just going
And
down.
thank you, ladies,
Thank you.
for joining me on the show.
Thank you.